What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to my Spec Op 30 task list part 1. In this one, we'll of course be starting the task and going all the way to the first research. That's pretty much all the setup we need, so let's begin with task number 1. Toil and Trouble. Defeat 4 vampires. They can be found in all Spec Op 30 missions, so right away we see a battle with 3. And that won't quite be enough. But hey, we gotta start somewhere. Now in this first part especially, we're going to be speeding up some of the later battles. And that's because I try to keep all the parts of the task list videos to around 10 minutes or under. I still try to cover any strategies or anything relevant to completing the task, but I don't want to drag it out forever. In fact, we're fighting 3 vampires, but just know we had to fight 2 other ones as well to get all 4. And so after this battle, we're going to skip ahead to when task number 1 is complete. Oh, and this battle won't take very much longer because we're going to use Summon Thunder, and that will completely wipe out an enemy wave. So there it is, 3 vampires down, and you only need 1 more besides that, and you're done with task number 1. Once this is complete, you'll get 1200 experience, and you can move on to task number 2. Toil and Trouble 2, complete any 2 deploys. And once again, you'll get 1200 experience as your reward. Now for this task, it says you have to complete it in Spec Op 30, but typically you can complete it even outside of Spec Ops. So you can definitely give that a try, or just be like me and do the deploys in Mission 1. It'll help out your end score anyways. Now for task number 3, you have to collect 3 pumpkin fruit pies. And the only way to do this is by gifts from your friends, or purchasing them in the store. This task actually had me held up because I couldn't collect any more gifts, and so that put back the task list a few hours. Basically though, all you need to do is scroll down until you see a few pies, and then collect 3. I think I took 4 just in case. But that's it, task number 3 is that simple. So you'll get 15,000 silver as your reward, and then we can move on to task number 4. This one's going to take a little bit longer. For Toil and Trouble 4, you have to defeat Umar, who's the boss of Spec Op 30 Mission 1. Since this task and the next one are going to take quite a while, we're actually going to speed up the battle slightly. And it's always hard to decide how fast to make them go. But I figured for this first wave without Umar, we'll run it a little bit faster and then slow it down in the second wave. Now one cool thing about Spec Op 30 task list in general is we didn't have to take out any mini bosses, so you'll find them all right here. What this also means is you'll get an increased mission score. And so what I found out was, if you run a really good score team, you could probably get 3 stars in one run. I ended up falling just short myself. By getting 3 stars, that means you won't have to go back to mission 1 later, when that ends up being a task. So it really helps out, and saves Unstable ISO 8. Then the cool thing about this second wave is Umar is brand new to the game, so I actually kinda took my time fighting her. I mean, we could have just used items, especially the Chrono Accelerator, and dropped her extremely fast. But instead, we just went with the flow. Oftentimes we end up taking out the boss before we even get to see their moves. And it's good because it is fast, but at the same time we're kind of missing out. So yeah, we got to see what she did, but one of the moves is Demons of Denak, and then the Mists of Morpheus. I assume they mean Morpheus from the Matrix. But with Thor we use Inspire Bravery, and we run out of stamina, or else we would have really hit her pretty hard. So at this point we are going to use a Quantum Elixir that gives us full stamina and an instant turn. With that big hit though, we end up almost killing our own Doctor Strange. So yeah, definitely be aware that she does place some debuffs on you, and it could be very damaging to your own team. Now this time on my agent, we're going to use the Improbability Field, and that'll set up the Atom Smasher for a big finish, if we need it. Like I kinda mentioned, we're seeing practically all of our moves because we have taken our time though. And now with Thor we'll use Empowering Strike. Then on Doctor Strange's turn, I just want to make sure he stays alive. So we use his Quick Action Heal, and then I'm going to go ahead and shield himself. Following this turn, like I said, we have the Atom Smasher set up, and we're going to try to end this one right now. So it looks like it's going to do enough damage, plus we have a guaranteed crit. So it's going to do 17k, and that's the end of this fight. When the dialogue popped up, I thought we were going to go fight her again, but you don't have to, it ends it. So with that, we now have task number 4 complete, and task number 5 was actually a pleasant surprise. That's because already we'll get our 1200 XP, and we get to fight the group boss. So Toil and Trouble 5 of 25 complete 1 battle against Dracula. This means you can now spawn him on your map, as well as face him on your allies page. That is, once you fight him once. You're also going to get 1 vial, or whatever the component is, and then some lockboxes as well. So we're going to speed this one up, but we just decided to bring in Amazing Spider-Woman and Victor Mancha and see how well they do. For one, we don't want to bring in too nasty of a team and defeat our own group boss, depriving our allies of fighting him. Another thing is, I just wanted to fill Dracula out. And I'll be honest with you, he's not that tough. So I could easily see you taking him down from 100% to 0. And I personally probably will make a video of doing that at least once. And then you can see how it's done if you haven't already done so. So yeah, just stay tuned for that, as well as more Spec Op task list videos. As far as Dracula though, Amazing Spider-Woman does a ton of damage. And in the future, I'm going to bring in the Scrapper version. So that should be even better. It's always a good idea to customize your teams when facing a group boss. But like I said, I was just winging it here. And we still do a considerable amount of damage. Now as far as his minions, they do get in the way and they can be annoying. But you can take them out. And as far as I've seen, they do not come back. What that leads me to believe is an AoE attacker, or possibly a follow-up team like Rocket and Spidey Noir, could definitely wipe out this wave, and then continue their assault on Drac himself. Later on in the same night, I ended up using the Amazing Spider-Girl in her Scrapper costume, and Union Jack, and we fought an Infiltrator Dracula. So that was a lot of fun, and we did quite a bit of damage. I've also tested out the 4 Horsemen set, and the No Mercy was hitting for over 60k. My biggest hit thus far though has come from Fixer, who I know many of you have probably already used against him. And I'm sure he could end up dropping a full health Dracula. So yeah, those are just a few ideas, and now that we've gotten him near 50%, he is going to flee. And so we'll go ahead and finish this task, then move on to the research. We did get 193,000 silver, so that's not bad at all for our first fight. Now you'll have the blueprint for the Magic Salt and a Vial, which you're going to need for that research. Plus, like I said, you do get lockboxes as well. I believe 10. So now we have 11 total. So actually, maybe you even get 11, I'm not entirely sure. Then for number 6, you have to recover a vial of mystic ingredients and research the magic salt in the lab. So let's see what all the costs are right now, and we'll start that first research. Okay, it's going to take 8 hours, 40 unstable ISO 8, and 100 silver. So not bad, though we are going to have a little bit of a wait. Like I said, we'll continue the task list as soon as we can, and we'll also have a lot more Spec Op 30 coverage and some special PvP videos as well. So stay tuned, make sure to subscribe, please leave a like and comment. Then until next time, good luck and take care.